trending on social media.
I'm back. Just yesterday I was hosting with you guys on the main set.
Yeah.
And now here I am, my own little corner.
Good morning, Olamide. I hear you have a lot of gist.
I do.
Bring it on.
Good morning again, Nigeria. I always say that TVC has got a finger on the pulse and our eyes constantly on the streets, and we do our best to bring you trending stories from across the globe and Nigeria in order to have some decent, interesting, and hopefully productive dialogue about said stories. In our first story, in celebration of 2025's Children's Day, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajudeen Abass, stepped aside yesterday, handing over his seat to a secondary school student who took the role of shadow speaker during a symbolic plenary session. Now, this isn't the first time that the Speaker Abass has honored young Nigerians this way. Back in October 2024, on the International Day of the Girl Child, he passed the gavel to 16-year-old gender advocate Isabel Anani. But this time, the spotlight was on a young man named Lawal Saliu, a student from Government Secondary School Kuje, who presided over a brief 15-minute session. Take a look at the shadow speaker of the day.
Today's plenary, and I thank the Right Honorable Abass Tajudeen, the Speaker, PhD, DCON, for this opportunity. Happy Children's Day to all Nigerian children.
During this session, the chairman of the House Committee on Women Affairs and Social Development, Honorable Kafila Togbara, moved a motion of urgent public importance to mark the occasion. In adopting the motion, the House called on the federal government to prioritize policies that improve children's health, education, and welfare. It also urged greater investment in ICT infrastructure, especially in rural areas, to ensure that every child has equal digital equity. This is so interesting, and I love the fact that most of the schools that participated in this exchange program, if you will, were from government secondary school, and this tells them that regardless of the barriers that exist in their world, they have equal access and opportunity to participate in leadership. Just a few weeks ago, Senator Ireti Kingibe, she was trending because she said that Nigerian youth don't politically participate. Well, this is how you engage Nigerian youth. This is how you get them to participate politically. I hope you're taking notes, ma. Let's take a look at social media. Ad Henry says, this is a good move by the House of Representatives. He will never forget this day in his lifetime. The little fellow was shaking. Ad Omotayo Solomon says, see as they read like toddler. If Naira Marley song now you won't sing, you know go make mistake. I can't deal with you guys. In our next story, former Abia State Governor and the Senator representing Abia North, Orji Uzor Kalu, is trending for his outfit to Tuesday's Senate plenary. Kalu showed up wearing a boldly branded attire that read, Tinubu for President 2025. Now, speaking to journalists afterward, he made it clear that this wasn't a fashion statement. It was what he called an open endorsement of President Bola Tinubu's second-term bid. He also said that the Southeast APC caucus had already thrown its weight behind Tinubu long before other groups began to do this. If you're my friend and you're not supporting me the way Orji Uzor Kalu is supporting the president, I don't want that friendship. This is support at its peak. I mean, he's literally walking around branded with Tinubu 2027. This is very, very interesting. In our next story, Maman Nasser Ali, the son of former PDP national chairman Ahmadu Ali, has been sentenced to 14 years in prison alongside fellow oil marketer Christian Taylor for defrauding the Nigerian federal government of 2.2 billion naira under the petroleum subsidy scheme. The Lagos State Special Offences Court in Ikeja delivered this judgment after the two were found guilty on a 57-count amended charge filed by the EFCC. Their company, called Nasserman Oil Services Limited, was also named in this case. Ali and Taylor were rearraigned in March 2025 following the emergence of new evidence being brought against them. The case is being closely watched, not just for the financial implications of the country, but the political connections that are tied to Ali. Let's take a look at social media. He says, another win for EFCC and Nigeria. Please ensure that he does his jail term. That is a valid concern. And James Abraham says, Nigerians are waiting to see how many years those losing federal and state coffers will get. Team, we just spoke on the main set right now during the newspaper review about the internal crisis that the PDP is facing. To add to this, the former national PDP chairman is now, his son is now allegedly, he defrauded the federal government of 2.2 billion. What do we make of this? Where do we begin?
A fraudulent person is a fraudulent person, whether he is the son of who or who not. A fraudulent person is a fraudulent person. Unfortunately, he turned out to be the son of the former national chairman of PDP. I want to say kudos to EFCC and our judiciary for doing the right thing. In this case, 14 years, he will go there and cool off. You know, cool off for 14 years. Audius Okalu is doing what any politician would do, you know, supporting the person he believes is going to win the next election. He is a political heavyweight in his state and in Nigeria, and that endorsement carries weight for plenary by that young chap. We've seen it in Lagos, we've seen it in other places. I believe that's just the right thing to do. We have to give them a feel of what it is to be making laws for a whole country.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll start with Mr. Tajudeen Abass. We cannot deny the fact that he's very passionate about children and the welfare of children, so that I give to him. That was really beautiful. It was what was supposed to be done. We've said it on this table. The kids are the future of tomorrow. They're the ones that are going to take care of Nigeria when we are no more. So that was a beautiful one. And it's just nice to see that he was shaking. But next time, my guy, don't shake. Because if you were to sing a Naramali song, you would sing it well. But it was really nice to see that he was able to do that. Yeah. And now moving on to the other story, I'll talk about the fact that suffer not a thief, whether he's a son of who. You know, my only thing is that I want to make sure that he's in the jail and not in some apartments, because that's the conversations I was seeing on social media. People were like, where is he spending the 14 years? Will he be in an apartment or in the jail? So we want to make sure that he is in the jail, because corruption is not something that should be taken lightly. You know, I think that's my take on that.
Yes, so we've always been saying it, that subsidy is a big scam that had ever happened in Nigeria. So you saw an administration that run the affairs of this country, you know, for several years, and then we kept paying subsidy in and out. When they said we were going to remove subsidy, you saw the cartel, the juggernaut, saying that no, we can't remove it. And we have a president who came in. The very first day he was reading his inaugural speech, he removed subsidy, you know, against all odds, and we're getting the spillover effect and this and that. This is an evidence that, yes, some people have been steering us blind, and so they must, you know, serve their jail term, and whoever is also found wanting of, you know, defrauding Nigeria one way or the other must also face the music. For the young guy, I'll cut him some slack. Even if you see Naira Marley mention any of these guys, they have a way of getting high before they get, you know, onto the stage.
But not acceptable.
just to conquer the stage fright.
Right.
You know, miming to their own song, not essentially singing what they went into the studio to sing. So the young guy is done well. It's happened in Lagos, just like you said, at Toma, you know, under Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, under Fashola, you know, mention all the names. And yesterday, where the First Lady was celebrating Children's Day, we saw a lady, now a woman, who also had the same experience, and now she's also working with the government. She's fantastic. She's successful. So these are the things. But the younger generation who are going into the National Assembly, having this kind of opportunity wherever, they should not think of corruption. They should not think of bad leadership. They should see the goodness in being a leader. They should see the accountability and responsibility to the society, you know, as a leader. So for Audius Okalu, when I saw yesterday, what came to my mind was like, was this sycophantic? And the moment I said that in my mind, no, I think I said it out, he just responded, you know, on TV, because he was granting an interview. He said, no, it is not out of, it wasn't born out of sycophancy. Yeah. It's just me doing my thing. He has the right to support whoever is a juggernaut, is a political heavyweight. So whoever wants to support the president or support whoever, it's within their own right.
Well, I'll tell you something. If I ever want to contest for anything and you don't wear my shirt, there'll be a problem.
In fact, after this, each of you are getting 3 yards.
Guys, what are you contesting for?
I miss Nigeria.
Whatever they are contesting, just bring the cloth. Why? What are you talking about?
Very, very interesting. But we are seeing people holding coalition meetings against the 2027 elections. We are seeing people that are really making big political moves. And and here Oju Zokalu shows up. He doesn't need to say a word.
But we should not be distracted. We should not be distracted.
Absolutely.
There's still so much to be done.
Thank you so much, team. Moving on in our next story, this is very sad. Unfortunately, ritual killings are not new in Nigeria. Severed body parts, missing persons. It's a grim cycle that our country knows all too well. But while the ritualists often make headlines, the enablers, the native doctors, and the spiritual figures that aid and abet them, they rarely face the same scrutiny. One such figure is a man known as Ezeani, who operates in Enugu State. He's now at the center of a chilling case. He was recently caught with multiple people allegedly trapped underground, reportedly intended for ritual use. Now, the video is too graphic to play, but in the picture that you're seeing right there, people were found underneath that hole. A pregnant woman, an elderly man, even some children. Now, when the news broke of what he had been doing, the residents not only broke open the ground to find all these people who were being lined up for rituals and sold body parts, but they also torched his luxury cars and set his property on fire, and they sent a very strong message. But my question remains, how many more people like him are out there hiding behind titles, wealth, and supposed spiritual authority while enabling horror in plain sight underground? This is very sad. Let's take a look at social media. At Ezego Africa says, killing him will cover a lot of atrocities, but let's call out the politicians and the big men involved. That will be a win. Indeed, where there's a demand, there's a supply. Who is asking for these body parts? Who is dealing in human life? At Ichie Billion says, what manner of wickedness is this? I'm convinced that not everyone has a conscience. Oof. This is all very sad. It would be great to see the force headquarters take this up. In Nigeria, the age of consent is 18, undoubtedly. That is the law. But in reality, far too many girls younger than that find themselves in situations that they should not be in, whether it's child marriage, grooming, or abuse by much older men. Now, social media personality Speed Darlington Okoye, better known as Speedy, is at the center of some very uncomfortable attention. A video of him talking about a 15-year-old girl is making the rounds online. In this video, he makes comments that many are finding deeply inappropriate.
My children are dead. You want to start talking? My children are come here. Come here. Come here.
You see?
Come here.
You see now? You see now? You see what they're doing?
Okay, no,
you see?
You carry knife.
Leave my things alone. Leave my things alone.
Look at knife in his hand, though. Look at knife in his hand, though. You guys should look at knife in his hand. Look at knife in his hand.
You see?
You have been a mad woman, though.
You see?
Punish you. Look at you.
Now, the video you just watched is a video from last year of a woman confronting Speed Darlington for allegedly defiling her 16-year-old daughter at the time. So this is just a precedent of what happened yesterday, where he went on Instagram Live and made some salacious comments about a 15-year-old. Essentially, in the video, what he was saying, because he did speak a lot of Igbo, what he was saying that he pities the hotel staff who are going to clean up after him sleeping with the 15-year-old girl who was a virgin. This is unacceptable. Of course, this situation has led to a lot of people online asking the same thing. Was he just talking, or was this an admission of something more serious? But this isn't the first time it has happened, and so it is a cause for concern. Let's take a look at social media. The Lagos State Domestic Violence and Sexual Violence Agency responded. They said, we are aware of the disturbing video currently circulating online in which a popular entertainer allegedly admits to engaging in unlawful sexual activity with a minor. While the individual in question did not specify the location of the incident during the Instagram Live session, we must clarify that the DSVA's jurisdiction is limited to Lagos State. They later on passed the case over to NAPTIP. At A Bit to Promise said, we cannot keep normalizing abuse just because someone is a public figure or says it in a funny way. Protecting minors should never be up for debate. This is really disturbing. Before I hand over to the team, I'd like you guys to please share your perspectives with us with the hashtag trending now on TVC on any social media platform of your choice. I promise I am listening, and who knows, I might take a tweet of yours or two. Team, This is very, very scary. You have a grown man admitting to having relations with a 15 or a 16-year-old, and this isn't the first time this sort of scandal is surrounding him. If we cannot stop these groomers from targeting young girls, how can we, and I'm going to direct this question to Ibrahim, a young man, how can we change the mindset of our young women to avoid groomers and avoid these sort of dangerous relationships?
Yeah, I think it's, apart from the fact that some of them are failed parenting, some of them are also, they also stem out of peer pressure. My friend or my friends are doing it. What kind of conversation do they have, even in school, on social media? Mention them, TikTok, Instagram, etc. You see young girls, you know, engaging in adult content, in things that are exclusive for people who are mature, but they will telling you that they're mature enough, they know what they're doing, they are aware, it's their body, they can do anything with it. But I feel, you know, it's just the moral decadence that has, you know, that is holding sway, you know, across the, not just in Nigeria, but in the entire world. So there's a whole lot that we need to do. Parents, teachers, leaders of communities, anywhere we find ourselves, we should always talk to these young ladies because of the pressure that they find themselves, and they need to understand that there are consequences for, you know, misbehavior. And the guy involved in this, certainly the government must come hard on him. They must do the proper investigation, find out, and if he's found guilty, then he must be punished. I'll talk about the other man who deals in, I don't know, is it human parts or whatever it is. That investigation must also be carried out. I saw the video, his house being touched. I also saw a video of him. He has run afoul of the EFCC's you know, policy or code of conduct, you know, in terms of the way you deal with money, spraying money. The person who married that one, if he's married, will say, yes, I found a lovely, you know, very rich guy, but not knowing what he's doing on the ground, or on the G, as they say in street parlance. So we need to be very careful. This pressure to have money, this pressure to be rich, this avarice and self-aggrandizement, it's just too sad. So we need to help our society by helping ourselves.
And you know, Ibrahim, I'll tell you what, it's so sad that you kill people for money and you yourself, you die. So I do not get it at the end of the day, because you don't own your own life. So why would you have to do that? But Olamide, you said something that really made a lot of sense. You know, there's people are buying, that's why he's doing it.
Absolutely.
So in as much as we are castigating these people that are doing this, who are also the people that are encouraging them? It's really sad. As a human being, God has given you life, then you take another person's life. I'm happy that they burnt all the things they should be burnt. I don't know if he's arrested, they caught him or whatsoever, but I really pray and I hope that he faces the law, because this is not... But I think, sorry about that,
jungle justice should not be the way to go in any way.
No, but burning his things, for me, very right. Not killing him, he should face the law, but burning his property.
It's still part of jungle justice.
I would have burned if I was there.
You have a lot of these communities.
Burn it down.
You have a lot of these communities that are often failed by the people that are policing
You need
them.
to take that
I'm not
kind of action for
justifying
people
it, but I am saying...
But you know, moving forward, let me talk about Spedalitin, Akpi, like I like to call him. First of all, he's already a failed musician. And when it comes to him, I'm very, very angry, because I don't even think that he succeeded as a musician. He didn't succeed as an entertainer. So I don't even know why people call him a celebrity. I see some of the videos that come on TikTok, and things he says, this is just secondary. He has said worse things. Like, Akpi should be arrested. What Burna Boy did to him, he deserves it, and he should go more. Like, he should be arrested. How do you even say that? And he said it, he can do it. He seems like somebody that can do that. I feel like they should really take it up with him, because that's not even a way to joke.
Absolutely.
This is a minor... What?
Well, I think his utterance is influenced by all the barbiturates he must have taken and so on. But he has just reported himself. I don't think there needs too much investigation to arrest him. They should go ahead and arrest him.
True.
And for Ezeani, every dog has his day. Your day came. You know, what more can I say? Profiting out of people's lives is the biggest form of wickedness that I can think of. But unfortunately, that's all we can take. So let's tell you that the views and reactions of all our resource persons are theirs and has nothing to do with TVC. And that's all we can take for today. Hope you had a good time watching our program. Bye-bye.
Sure had a good time.